I've got a few questions for you. Shared passwords or privacy, please?
Shared passwords? What are we talking about?
So you will share your password?
Yes, and you will share yours. I currently work, attend school, pay my own tuition, and split the household bills with my husband. What do you think is the best way to navigate this issue without causing any bruise in my marriage?
You see this, yeah? Men.
Some men, please use your sense, use your brain.
It's not love.
Is what?
It's stupidity.
The fact that the man is not being considerate for me.
Yes, you can be in love, but don't lose your sense.
What happened to men being the providers?
The men back in the day, like, they showed their love through duty. That was what it was to love someone from a man's perspective.
When Rihanna said love on the brain, you can't hear. It would mess your brain up.
No, it won't mess your brain up.
But
this is why
I tried it. I gave grace, Jason.
This is why I don't like it when people say, "Oh, when love hits the brain, then you can't think." No, you can think. You just choose not. You just choose not to think properly.
What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of Uncensored But
Season.
Guys, if you hear that, you know I've got Jason in the house.
J to the T to the W, Jason the writer. It's me.
Jason.
What's up?
Cool. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm great. You've been AWOL, so welcome back.
Absent without leave, for those of you that don't know what that means.
Yeah, so welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
What do you have for me today?
I've got a few questions for you.
Okay.
You're going to do this or that.
All right.
So, first move, or I like to be pursued?
Oh, I like to be pursued, man.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a mix of both. So I want to make the first move, but while we're once we have solidified that we are something, let's continue to pursue each other.
Yeah, but I like to be pursued.
The entire time, you don't like to pursue your man?
No.
You don't like to show him that you're interested?
No, I mean, do the work. Let me just receive it.
But you don't know how to show that you're interested?
I would at some point.
So you won't buy him food?
It depends.
Or like be like, babe, I want to see you. You won't say that?
No, I would. Those are
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking
about.
Like stuff like that.
But I have a lot of pride though in that area.
I
really don't do that to my man.
I can tell.
And sometimes they hate me for it, but they'll be alright.
Okay. Dating someone like you or your opposite?
Like me will be fireworks. My opposite will be kind of a headache. Because I usually get bored.
So you need somebody that's like, yeah.
I don't like the yeah, because I did it and it's not a good thing. It's not a good experience. Oh, bro, if you didn't know. Oh, no. I can't date somebody like my exact replica. But there are certain traits that I would like the person to like. Being kind, being generous, being nice, being gentle in the spirit. I would require that, but not as harsh as a physical term like I am, like with my tone.
Okay. Shared passwords or privacy, please?
Shared passwords? What are we talking about?
So you will share your password?
Yes, and you will share yours. And that's how it has been in all my relationship, by the way.
I think.
Why?
It depends for me.
What are you hiding?
It's not about hiding. It depends.
If you claim with your partners, especially let's not even talk about boyfriend girlfriend because that anything can happen at any moment. But when we are married, if you're my husband, baby, I need a password.
It depends, because for me, like, as long as it's not, I don't like the formality of it. Like, let me see your password. I don't like that. But like, I feel like if my phone was somewhere and then somebody messaged me and I'm like, oh, babe, can you just check what that message is? And I'll just give you my password like that. Then, like, that feels...
showing it.
Yeah, but if you ask me for it, I'll probably be like, why?
I've never really asked anyone for their password. They usually just...
ease
into the moment.
That's the thing for me.
Handle the phone, do that, and I just
that's me. Like, if you ask me for it, I'll be like, what's happening here? But then the chances are it'll be easy for me to just be like, oh babe, can you check this for me? Oh, your phone is locked. Oh, it's X, Y, and Z, and I'll just like it's a second thought for me.
Okay.
All right, last one.
Girlies, you're listening. You're getting to know Jason spec. So, come on.
Oh, okay. public couple or private couple?
I'm a mixture of both. I like to be
You
loved.
are a mixture of both.
Yeah.
But I feel like you're more private.
I'm more private with my
Because child, you was in something for years. Didn't even know. Years. I met the person, didn't even know.
I mean, yeah, it's usually when it's finished, then I can talk about it. But when I'm in it, let me just enjoy it.
Yeah, but that was crazy, yo.
And that's what I still did. If I give you the gist of why I said I don't want to use that word. You see, from that last time that I cried over something,
Yeah.
that's that same person.
Yeah, that's your fault, though. That's your fault. That's actually your fault because we gave you advice. Who was our guest that day?
No. You and I in the kitchen.
Anyway, all right, let's move on, guys. What are we talking about today?
Oh my God! Today's topic is a bit. I don't know if I should say it's a story that someone read in, and it's about generosity in marriage and the quiet resentment that comes or builds with effects when it feels like it's uneven.
Okay.
So let me read out the story, okay?
Ooh, juicy.
Just see. So it says, my husband and I have been married for 4 years and moved from Ghana to the UK shortly after our wedding. While he initially sponsored our move, I worked full-time to pay the remaining £12,000 of his tuition fees.
Okay.
We have a daughter who will be 2 years old this March. She has been living with my parents in Ghana for the past year due to our work and school schedules. Since she moved, my husband's only financial contribution has been for her school fees. I personally cover the cost of her clothes and food, which I ship from the UK, while my parents cover her remaining needs.
Okay.
I'm very generous with my in-laws. Every year, I spend approximately £300 on groceries and gift them 1,000 Ghana cedis each. I also frequently buy items for my sister-in-law and her children. They are very appreciative of these gestures. In contrast, my husband only sends my parents a small gift of groceries worth 500 Ghana cedis once a year. He expects them to call and confirm receipts. But my parents are not the type to call and say thank you, even to me, when I send much larger gifts. I feel that what he provides is insufficient, especially since they are caring for our child, and I do so much for his family. I am struggling with how to handle this. I do not want to ask him to give more since it's a gift, but I'm considering asking him to stop altogether because the small gestures cause more friction than it's worth. I'm also debating whether I should stop my own contributions to his family so that we each only remain responsible for our own parents. I currently work, attend school, pay my own tuition, and split the household bills with my husband. What do you think is the best way to navigate this issue without causing any bruise in my marriage?
There's already a bruise in the marriage.
Relax, Jason. Take a deep breath now.
There's already a bruise
like,
in the
want to come for
marriage.
this person's throat.
Nah, because there's already a bruise in the marriage. Okay, first of all, so she worked to pay off his £12,000 of tuition, but she's paying for her own tuition.
Tuition and contributing, and they're going half and half on bills.
Let's just start there. She helped pay £12,000 of his tuition, and she's also paying her tuition without him helping to pay her tuition.
And covering all other households.
I just want to even just let me just marinate there. You see this, yeah? Men, the woman helped pay £12,000 of your tuition, and you're not contributing to her own tuition. She's paying her own tuition. Now, let's not add everything else. Now she's also paying 50% of
the household bills. And then paying this paying her child.
So she's also paying 50% of the household bills.
Like the rent and everything, like they're sharing.
And her own tuition. He is just doing 50% of the household.
Yes.
Okay. Then
their child's school fees, the guy pays.
Well, I mean, she has to just have a conversation with the man.
But this is the thing.
She has to have a conversation with the boy.
This is why I'm like, if the basis of your foundation of marriage is not strong from the beginning, you would always get it wrong at some point, because there are all unexpected uncommunicated expectations that this woman has. And the man too, sometimes, some men, please use your sense, use your brain. Especially with the men that migrate and come into this country with their women, it's tough. Most of the time, those marriages don't last. Because the pressure of us paying the debts that we used or like actually incurred by moving here, it's on both of them. Like, we need to pay this, we need to do this, we need to. So everyone is working just for the money and not to work on the relationship. Most of the time, that's what happens, right? What annoys me is the fact that she does more for her family, like for the man's family, and then when a man does as little for her family, he expects his in-laws to go calling her like, thank you, my daughter, thank you, our in-law, for giving us this. But I mean,
I feel like she just needs to have a conversation. I think it's already gone on too long, so it's already created an issue within her. I think when she started realizing that this is the type of man that he was, she should have had a conversation with him, and I would say almost immediately, so that you can now decide, okay, you can either learn what type of man you're dealing with, because he might turn around and be like, well, this is who I am, this is what I want to do, and this ain't nothing changing. Then you can't do nothing about it. But at least you know what you're dealing with, and then she now has the option to say, well, out of the money that I make, I'm going to stop doing for your family. I'll just do for my family, you do for your family, and just leave it at that. Because this whole thing, and then they can split the child's fee in half if that makes things easier, so that he will not now say, whatever he could say, because he seems like he's a bit.
What happened to men being the providers?
Well,
What happens to a man being the head and taking?
That's not the case in this situation. They've already agreed to 50-50, so that's not the case here.
Listen, to each their own, but it can never be me.
I mean, you say that now.
No, I said that now because I've been through that rabbit hole, and I'm not going to put myself there again.
You were doing 50-50.
Sometimes you can even do 70-20, 70-30, 70. I told you when love hits the brain. When Rihanna said love on the brain, you can't hear. It would mess your brain up.
No, it won't mess your brain up.
But this is why I tried it. I gave grace, Jason.
This is why I don't like it when people say, when love hits the brain, then you can't think. No, you can think. You just choose not. You just choose not to think properly.
You've not been there, Jason. You haven't been there. From a woman's emotional perspective, it's difficult. Sometimes you want to give people grace. You want to be supportive. You want to be everyone. Yeah, but one for your man.
That's because we're living in delusion for a little while. It's not love.
It's what?
It's stupidity. It's delulu. Joe, I told you the relationship that I was in, I was delusional. So it's not that it's a man thing or woman thing. Sometimes yes, you can be in love, but don't lose your sense.
You do. What's that dopamine? Is it dopamine? Is that what that?
It's a choice, because during that situation, you will think, I should not be here.
We always think we should not be
here, but delusion will say stay.
No, stay. He's gonna change. Stay. He will do better.
That's delusion. That's not love. That's delusion. The love is, you can love somebody. You don't have to stay to love someone. You can love them from a distance.
I don't think this issue is even about money. I think it's about effort and fairness and consideration. And sometimes, because I've been in this woman's shoes before, so I can relate. And with me personally, when I meet people, because I'm like, oh, I'm this person, I'm expecting you to automatically know. I would not communicate some of the things I'm expecting. And
yeah, but that's not smart.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes, like, when you, like, from the beginning of the relationship, it's always lovey-dovey. The person, we've already talked about it, people will come as a rep of themselves. But as it's sinking in, that's when you know, okay, this person is not like that. But I have learned now, like, when I meet someone, I'm explaining or outlining all my expectations down. So if you can't, we walk away from the beginning, not for us to get into it and then now we're bumping heads. This particular story, it's not dicey, but it's dicey because there's a child involved. And then they migrated. I felt like they were in a good space in Ghana, but they decided to come and look for greener pastures here in the UK. So the pressure of money, financial stress is on them. But it's the fact that the man is not being considerate for me. Like, you can't watch a woman carry all this burden and be like, okay, it's a Western marriage and you still want to be taken care of in the traditional way.
The problem is, right, unfortunately, for my gender, is that some of us, if you behave like you can handle it, we'll let you handle it.
Mm.
But if you tell us what the expectation is that you have of us, we'll rise to the occasion. But most of the time it's because nobody's saying something. It's different if you're saying, hey, bros, okay, you need to be covering all the bills in the house. But if you come in like, oh, babe, no, don't worry, we can split the bills, then we'll be like, some of us, the ones that don't have that it's not really a principle to be a sole provider. If it's just an idea like, oh, I would love to be, but if it's in you like, no, my wife ain't paying no bills, and that's it. There's a very different mindset.
Yeah.
So if for me, I feel like I'm the type where I want it to be my wife is not paying any. She doesn't have to pay any bills in the house.
You've mentioned that your wife doesn't have to even work.
Yeah, that I don't want. That's the position I want to put her in. However, if something happens now, and let's say I'm not making the same amount of money that I'm making, but I can still afford to pay for everything. If she now says, babe, don't worry, I can contribute to something like that, I can make a decision to say, all right, cool. Or I can be like, no, you can save your money for whatever else, like if we want to take trips or anything like that, and we can use your money for that. But in terms of, I can still cover all the costs, so I'm still willing to cover all the costs.
Yes.
But that's my mindset.
Yeah.
Some men will be like, all right, cool, let me just have a little bit of a breather.
Okay.
But that's because the partner, the woman has said, I don't mind doing this, or let me do this.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So it's very... I don't know what. Yeah, it depends on what type of conversation. Like, how did they start? Because if she started off like, no, I got 50, and she was adamant like I'm gonna help, and he's not, and being a sole provider isn't a principle for him, then of course he's gonna be like, all right, cool.
All right. So there's this key questions I think I need to ask you and the listeners and the audience and the viewers as well. I see we have audience in the studio. Like, I was gonna say.
What you about to ask, Joe?
No, just let's ask and then we'll just like throw it in there and then the public comments with their answer. So first of all, is generosity still generosity when it starts to feel obligatory? So is it still generosity when it starts to feel obligatory? Like you're obliged to do that?
It depends. I feel like, so this is what I feel like. The men back in the day, like they showed their love through duty. Mm-hmm. It was duty. Like,
is that what we call acts of service now?
No. As in, it is my duty. Like, if I say that I want this person to be my wife, I am responsible for her. So it's duty. I need to. I know I have to pay the bills. I know that she has to be looked after. She has to have dresses. She has to have her hair done. She has to have this. The kids need this. When I say back in the day, I mean back
not
in
our
the day.
Parents back in the day. Because
Like,
our parents back in the day.
Yeah, it's different.
It's different.
But that was what it was to love someone from a man's perspective. I'm responsible for you. Now, they didn't always have emotional intelligence, but they had the provision.
Yeah.
It was a duty. So if we look at that as generosity, then perhaps it can feel like an obligation, but it doesn't feel like a burden. I don't know whether obligation and burden are synonymous with each other, but I can be obligated to do something and it doesn't feel taxing to me. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like, this is just part of my duty. This is part of my responsibility. Like, I know I have to pay rent in my house. It's not a burden. The question
is generosity still generosity if it starts to feel like obligatory?
Like a burden?
Yeah. It's actually even spans down to
it's still generosity, but it depends on, like, if I give you 50,000 versus I throw 50,000, it's the same 50,000, but how you receive it is going to be very different.
Yeah, but if you give me 50,000 today,
yeah,
and then I'm like, in my head, I know maybe Jason has 20 million. So I'm like, why didn't Jason give me one? Wait.
Let's not talk about what I have. I'm just saying about...
I'm expecting 1 million from you. You're giving me 50K.
No. I'm not talking about, let's not put what I have. I'm just saying the act of giving, regardless of what the amount is. If I give you 50K and I put it in your hand like, hey, here's 50K, versus I just throw it at you. I feel like the throwing is the obligation,
so you're obliged to do it. It's like you...
Burden versus the generosity is, here's 50K.
I think with these people, anyway, my last one is, at what point does giving become self-neglect?
When you don't have anything to give. If you don't have anything to give,
It becomes like, at what point? No.
Yeah.
At what point does giving become self-neglect? Let's like
when
take
you
it back.
when you're given from a place that you don't have. That's when you're neglecting yourself.
I've neglected myself a very long
Yeah.
time, babes. Because what? You know, we
Yeah.
talked about this in like our previous friendship episodes and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. Like this is, I mean, that's what I just want to say to these people, because I feel like if it was me, I'm not in the bar, I just would have walked away because it's too much pressure for me.
You won't have a conversation first? You just walk away?
From the story, I don't know. I'm sure at some point.
Here's the problem, though. Here's the problem with people that write dilemmas, right? Y'all talking to the people that don't know you instead of talking to the people that you're dealing with. Before you write to us, before you write on Reddit, before you write to
Wherever,
any of these
silent
podcasts,
beats, wherever.
have a conversation. Now, once you've had your conversation, then you can bring us in.
Just like the story from last week, but that's not. That's
Then
the
you can
second
bring
point.
us in, because this is what the Bible says. This is biblical. If you got beef with your brother or sister, you go to them first. If they're not listening, then you bring somebody else in, right? So if you're writing to us or posting on wherever, Pinterest, Reddit, TikTok, you're posting it everywhere, and you have not had the conversation with the person that you have the offense with, oh yeah, go and speak to them first.
And then come back to us.
Then if they don't listen, then you come back to us and can say, okay, I approached them with my problem and this is what they did. Now what should I do? Then we can now say, box them down in the face, or this is how you can do it, try and do this better, or try and do this better.
Okay. All right. So I think you have said it all. And if you're actually listening to this story and it feels familiar, I want you to know this. There's nothing wrong in wanting more.
Have you been in a situation where two people, you and somebody else, have agreed to do something and only one person is carrying the load?
Baby, yes.
Why?
That's what I'm saying.
How long
that.
did you say that? 525,000.
You know how I like to drag them years. Babe, it's okay. Them days are over. After today, it's a wrap.
Why were you crying yesterday, Joe?
No, we're not talking about that. So guys, if you're actually listening to this episode and this story feels familiar and you're in the situation, remember it's not wrong to feel the way you're feeling, but have a conversation first.
Communication is
Communicate with your partner or whoever is involved. If you can't find a solution or a resolution, then
call us.
Even if you call us and we still can't find a resolution, walk away.
Submit your questions and stuff like that to uncensoredbutseasoned@gmail.com. Also, drop a comment down below if you have anything to contribute to this. If you think you need to, you have something that can help sis out,
yes,
then let us know in the comments.
And don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, Uncensored But Seasoned. But for YouTube, it's UBS. We made it short in the search bar because Uncensored But Seasoned is too long. So it's UBS podcast.
UBS podcast, Uncensored But Seasoned, but all of it, but UBS.
UBS.
Yeah.
And then follow us on Spotify. We're there. If you don't want to watch and you want to listen to our beautiful voices, come on.
Why they don't look at us? We cute.
I don't really mind. If you're listening, just give me that listening number.
We cute or whatever.
Yeah, we cute. But yeah, it's been an amazing time sitting here with Jason. And until then,
What you doing this
catch you
week?
next time. Bye.
What you doing this week, Joe?
Bye.